to my channel. So today you guys are going to be doing a story time. So when I mentioned in my the video about the tips for young couples that me and my husband basically ran away, eloped, got married, went against everybody's wishes, everybody was asking for a story time, and I said I was going to do the story time. So here we go. So I'm going to move my tripod in my ring light because it was looking a little funny. Okay, so pretty much it y'all, I met CJ when I was a freshman in high school. So I took English with CJ's brother. His brother was in the same grade as me, so we pretty much we were close or whatever. So CJ's brother uploaded a picture of me and him, I think, to his Snapchat, and then from there CJ slid up asking his brother, you know, who is that, blah blah blah. He ended up adding me on Snapchat. At the time I was doing me, baby. I was like, I ain't got time to be settling down. I had just got out of a little boom boom bang relationship, and I didn't want to be in another relationship, so I totally blew this man off. So let's fast forward, y'all. My sophomore year of high school, we got really serious, y'all. We started dating. He was already in the Navy, and I was you know, I'm just still in high school. So at the time, you know, we had this long distance relationship. Pretty much we call each other every night, go to sleep on the phone, we just talk on the phone. He come home on the weekends, see me, we hang out, we do this, we do that, and that was that. So my junior year of high school, y'all, we started getting really serious, talking about our future together, XYZ. You know, pretty much I needed a plan for myself. Like, I was gonna graduate the next year, so I needed to have like a plan for myself for when I graduated. Like, am I gonna stay here, go to college? Am I gonna move away, go to college? What am I gonna do? So one day we just casually were talking, and he asked me if I wanted to get married. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, you know, I love this man so much. Like, I really, really love him, and I know he loved me, but at the same time, can he be 100% committed and faithful to me at such a young age? So I was like, you know, I do want to get married one day, and that's just how that went. So we kept talking about it, and we ended up just basically coming up with this plan that we were going to get married when I turned 18, and as soon as I graduated, I was going to move out, and I was going to start my whole life fresh over in Florida, where he was at the time. So pretty much we sprung the idea up to our parents. My mom, CJ's mom, they were just like, they just blew it off like immediately. They just blew it off like, you know, y'all young. My mama was like, absolutely not. You know, you're not about to get married at 18. You're crazy for even thinking about it. Not gonna happen. Get out my face. Don't say nothing else to me about it. You're going to college. You're gonna stay home, or you can go live on campus at a local college, but you're not getting married. So I felt like, girl, I'm about to be an adult. I'm about to be 18. I can make my own choices. If I want to get married, you don't even have to know. So the only person who supported us from day one was CJ's dad. So he and CJ's mom basically did the same thing. Basically, when CJ's mom was 18, they ran away, eloped. Not ran away, but you know, when they got married. And they eloped, and they didn't tell anybody. And until they were ready to tell everybody. And pretty much, he was like, you know, I've been there, I've done it. If you guys want to do it, I 100% support you guys financially, mentally, you know, emotionally, whatever kind of support you need, I am here. So I was like, okay, that's one person, you know, who's gonna support us. So at the time, like, I thought my auntie, y'all, because I'm really close with my auntie, my grandma, my mom, so I thought they would be there for me. I thought they would support me, but they absolutely did not. They shot my idea down, and I was sad. I was just like, you know what, I'm living for me. I can't live for everybody else, so I'm gonna do what I think is best for me. So fast forward to Christmas time, y'all. CJ came home for Christmas, and we basically just sat down, because this is December 2017. So my birthday is at the beginning of the year, so my age changed with the year. So 2018 was right around the corner, so I was about to be 18. He had took leave, y'all, so we could have time to do all the whole marriage ceremony and do all of our paperwork so that I could get my military ID, so I can get into the TRICARE system and everything. So he came home, we spent Christmas together. Then January 3rd came around. January 3rd is my birthday, so that's the day I turned 18. Next day, CJ's dad called. He was like, you know, when y'all gonna make y'all move? You know, when y'all gonna go get married? At the time, y'all, I was so scared. Like, I felt like I was making a huge mistake. I kept praying and praying and praying and praying and praying and just asking God to give me a sign. I was like, if this is the wrong thing, let me know. Am I doing the right thing? Give me a sign, give me a sign, give me a sign, give me a sign. I kept begging for a sign, y'all, and I kept pushing it off. Like, I would say, I told him, I was like, we're gonna go on the 5th. 5th came, we didn't go. I said, we're gonna go on the 6th. 6th came, we didn't go. Because I personally, I was waiting on my sign from God. Like, he wasn't giving me my sign, so I was like, this ain't right. I asked God for a sign. I ain't got no sign yet. This ain't right. So, the 7th came, guys, and I think I was taking a nap. And pretty much I had a dream where I saw me, CJ, and I saw kids, but their faces were like a blur. So I didn't know they were girls or boys. I just saw us having a family, and I saw like older versions of us. So I was like, I woke up and I was sweating so bad because I was like, oh my God, that was my sign from God. I've been begging and begging and begging and praying and begging him for a sign, and he gave it to me. So I was like, this is my sign. So it's kind of one of those things, like when you just know, like when you find that person, you just know. You don't need to be dating a person for 10 years to know if that's the person you want to marry or not. Like, it was just one of those things, like, I just know we have to do this. So the next step was the 8th, y'all, and I was actually supposed to be at school on this day, and obviously I had to sneak and get married because my mama was not going for it. So pretty much I told her I had a doctor's appointment because I needed to go get my birth control shot, and I didn't go to that appointment. I pretty much was like, I'm about to get married. I'm getting off of this birth control. So I skipped that appointment. Never rescheduled that appointment for the birth control shot, y'all. She thought I was going to get birth control, and I did not. So the way that my high school worked, pretty much if you weren't there when the bell rung, you had, I think, maybe until like lunchtime to get there. After lunchtime came, you were considered absent for today, and they call you parents. So my appointment was at 10 o'clock. I remember my appointment was supposed to be at 10 o'clock, so she knew I wasn't going to be there by 11, so they were going to call her and say I was absent. But I told her I was just going to check in after my appointment, which I never did. So okay, so that's that. I was supposed to be at a doctor's appointment getting birth control. So me and CJ, the whole night before, we was just talking about, like, what do we wear? You know, we're going to the courthouse. It's just going to be us. You know, what do we wear? I'm like, do I wear a wedding dress? Like, what do I wear? So I didn't have nothing. Like, I didn't have nothing to wear, really. Like, I didn't have no white dress. So I remember I wore this black and white, like, casual shirt. And I wore white jeans. And then I wore black heels. And I remember CJ just wore, like, a button-down polo shirt. Like, I was so nervous, y'all. I drove from Millbrook, which is where I lived at the time, over to Prattville, and we basically drove to Montgomery, Alabama, downtown, went to the courthouse, and we got married. I remember being so scared that somebody was gonna see us, like what I was gonna end up seeing one of my family members. Somebody was gonna end up seeing us because we drove my car at the time. Why? I don't know. But we drove my car. My car was, I had a little white Honda. I didn't have no tint in the windows. And then on the back window, I had a huge monogram. So I was so scared. I was like, oh my God, what if my mama see my car and I'm supposed to be at the doctor all the way in Prattville? Like, what is she gonna think? What, you know? So I remember it was raining that day, and I thought that was bad luck at the time. But now I actually know that if it rains on your wedding day, that is considered good luck. So we went to the courthouse, y'all. And it was like three other couples in there waiting to get married before us. So we sat down, did all of our paperwork, and then we just waited for them to call us back to get married. So we went into the little room they had us getting married in, And pretty much it was me, CJ, and then what's the person who married you? Official? I don't know. Whatever the other person is. So it was just us three, because we didn't have no family, we didn't have nobody. The person who was marrying us, he asked us if we were going to be exchanging rings, and we were like, no, we're not going to exchange rings, because at the time we were so young, y'all. We didn't have a lot of money at all. Like, we didn't know how to save. We didn't have a lot of money. My husband didn't have no rank, so we was just like, no, we're not going to exchange rings, because at the time when we got married, I only had a Pandora ring that CJ had got me, and I cherished my Pandora ring, and we didn't have no ring for him. So we were just like, no, we're not gonna exchange rings. So boom, that was that. We stood there, we said our vows to each other, and then from the vows we went to, you know, I do, and then the guy was like, you may kiss your bride, and we kissed, and then we left out of there. We had to go pay, like, I think it was like $103 for our marriage certificates, and then yeah, we left straight from there. We headed to the Air Force Base in Montgomery to give me military ID, and yes, that was that. So basically, y'all, I finally got my military ID. I would go, like, I was in high school, but I left school every day, I think at 1:15, because I had the job. So even on my days when I didn't have to go to work, I would leave school, y'all. I would go on the military base, and I would just like go to the BX or whatever commissary, and I would just look around, and I would just be so excited. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so new to this. You know, I got this military ID now. I would go to the gym over there. I would take me and my best friend, and I didn't even tell my best friend. Like, I didn't tell nobody. My best friend was like, how do you have a military ID? And I was like, oh, I don't know, I got one through CJ. And she just was like, oh, okay. Like, that didn't make nothing go off in her head, like, this girl is married. I was like, CJ got me one some kind of way, I don't know. But we would go to the gym over there and everything, and I would literally be going shopping at the BX, and I would have to rip off the price tags and rip off and throw away the bag that the stuff came in, because if I bought that home, my mom was gonna be like, how you went to the military exchange? You know, CJ ain't here, how you went to the exchange? So I was basically living a whole double life at the time. So we got married in January. Nobody found out we were married until May, June time frame, because right after my graduation, y'all, my graduation, I remember, was May 24th, 2018. So the day before my graduation, CJ was like, you know, are you gonna come back to Jacksonville with me, you know, when I leave this time, or do you need a little bit more time to, you know, explain everything to your mom? I was like, no, I'm going this time, because I'm not gonna explain anything to my mom, because she's not gonna want to hear it. She's gonna be upset with me. So the day before my graduation, I was like, forget it. I hadn't packed nothing. I was in my room, y'all, and somebody had got me a luggage set for a graduation gift, and that was like the perfect gift for me, because I had a big suitcase and then a smaller one, and then like a big duffel bag. I was just packing all of my stuff, throwing all of my stuff into the bags, and because I thought my mama had to work that night. So I'm at the house packing my stuff, throwing all my stuff in the bags, y'all, and I hear a key go in the front door. It's my mama. So mind you, stuff all over my room, all of my stuff is being packed up. So I closed my door and I locked it. And just so happened, my mama came to my door and she was beating on it. She was like, open this door, open this door. I opened the door, and obviously she saw my bags packed. She saw my bags packed and all of my stuff everywhere. And she was like, oh, so you moving out? Where you going? And pretty much I told her, like, I'm moving to Florida. You know, I already got accepted into school down there, and I'm going to move to Florida, and I'm going to be with CJ. And she was like, you boy crazy. You boy crazy. Like, she was just spazzing out on me and was like, you know what? I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. But when you leave my house, you cannot come back. You cannot come back. Once you leave, you cannot come back. So I hope whatever you got going on work out for you, because you cannot come back. And yeah, I was just so emotional, because I wanted her support. Like, I wanted her to be like, I don't I don't fully I heard something. I don't fully support what you're doing, but I'm your mom. I'm be here for you. But it was not like that. So next day was my graduation. I got up early that morning, y'all. Went and got my makeup done, and then I ended up going to get some food at McDonald's, and somebody hit me in the drive-thru. Like, that whole day was just a whole hot mess. Like, after my graduation, all of my family was out there, and I just remember seeing my mom, and my eyes were just filling up with tears, because I'm like, she is so mad at me. Like, she is so mad at me. She had this really mean look on her face, and like, I was hugging everybody, and my mom was like, you didn't give me a hug. So I was like, oh, she actually wanted me to hug her. So I went and hugged her, and like, I just started crying because I was just so emotional. Only thing I wanted was support from my mom, and I had it. Like, she wasn't going for it. But now that I'm a parent and I've grown up, or I've got older since that, I do kind of understand where she was coming from. She didn't want to let me go, first off, and that's very scary when you're teenagers saying, oh, I want to get married, because a lot of young marriages don't work. They don't. Like, just being honest, a lot of them do not work. But okay, fast forward 3 days later, y'all, May 28th, I left. So I thought my mama had to work that day, but it turns out she had called out. Like, I was like, all these surprises, man. So I was pretty much just gonna get up, tell CJ to come, and I was gonna put all my stuff in the car. We was gonna leave, but my mom had called out of work, so she was there. And it was just a terrible mood in the house. Like, she was in her room, she had locked her door, and I was standing at the door, and I was trying to ask her, can she open the door, because I wanted to talk to her, because I just wanted to tell her that I'm about to go, you know, I love you, you know, whatever. And she had locked her room door, and she was like, I was standing at the door trying to talk to her, and she was just like, get out my house, are you leaving, get out my house, whatever. And I remember for Mother's Day, I had got my mom a gift card. So I think it was for $75, and I got her a gift card and something else, y'all. So I remember that morning when I woke up, she gave me the freaking gift card back that I gave her for Mother's Day. She was like, here, because you're going to need it. You're going to need it, you know. You ain't got no job, you ain't got no money, you trying to move out my house. You're going to need this. And my feelings was just so hurt. Like, I was just so hurt. But anyways, I got my stuff, packed the car, and we headed to Jacksonville. So from Prattville to Jacksonville, it was like 6 hours and 20 minutes, so about 6.5 hours. And I remember it was just raining. It was just such a stale mood. Like, I was just like, oh my god, you know, my mama not talking to me. I can't believe we actually did this. But at the same time, I was so happy to be just getting a fresh start right after high school. Like, I knew it was gonna work, because I had prayed, and I asked for my sign, and God gave it to me. So I didn't feel no regret. Only thing I felt was like a little bit of sadness, because like I wasn't talking to my mama. So that was that. Got to Jacksonville, y'all. Had an apartment. The apartment was so empty. We had nothing but a couch, a TV stand, and a bed and a dresser. Didn't have nothing else. We got up there to Jacksonville, and we just went shopping. Like, we had been saving up, because at the time I was working at Lowe's when I was in high school. So when we first started dating, I was working at McDonald's. Then like, I was making like $8 an hour. Then like a couple of months later, I got like a upgraded job. I started working at Lowe's. I was making right at $11 an hour. So every time I got paid, and every time he got paid, we would just save money. So we had all this money that we had been saving up, and so we just took some of that money, and we just went and bought stuff like pots and pans, towels, rugs, home decor. You know, we just bought everything we needed for our apartment, and pretty much that was that. So like 6 or 7 weeks went by, y'all, and I did not speak to my mama. Like, I would text her every night, good night, I love you. Every morning I would text her, good morning, have a great day. She would not respond to me because she was so mad at me. So then it was about to be the springtime. It was about to be August, so I was about to start my first semester in college down there. So at the time, we only had one car, so we needed another car. So we ended up going to get me a car. So I ended up getting my first big girl car. I had got a 2015 Honda Accord, And pretty much I had sent my sister a picture, and my sister went to show my mama. It was like, look what Zaria got. And then bang. Alright, I gotta hurry up because Carter just woke up. But basically, I ended up getting a car. My sister ended up showing my mama. Then my mama ended up calling me and was like, oh, you got a new car? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, how you got it? And I was like, you know, CJ helped me. And at the time, I was trying to make it, you know, trying to make her feel better. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm trying to get a job, X, Y, and Z. But we had really got established with our money and with saving and everything. And we were really living good. Like, not to brag or flex or anything, but we was living good. Like, we was able to save a decent amount of money each month. We was able to just spend a decent amount of money each month. Like, our credit was so good at the time. Like, credit was just skyrocketing. We could go get anything we wanted. So I didn't feel bad about nothing. None of my decisions that I had made did I feel bad about. So I was just like, you know, I'm doing me. You know, I'm grown. This is what it's gonna be. So basically, once we had that come to Jesus moment, finally, me, my grandma, my mama, my mama, my auntie, we had that come to Jesus moment. I pretty much had to just lay down the little law. Like, I'm grown. This is what it's gonna be. You're gonna either accept me or you're not. Like, I still love y'all, but this is my life now, and I'm happy now. And then finally, you know, we had started back talking like normal. And then the next weekend we drove back to Alabama because I wanted to see my family. I hadn't seen them in 3 months. So we drove my car down to Alabama. And long story short, here we go today. Everybody love us. Everybody be like, we're so proud of y'all. Because you know what? Everybody doubted us from the start. And that's just it. So that is the story, y'all. That's the story on how we eloped, how we became the Coleman fam as we are today. And yes, so I know, y'all don't get on my head too hard. Don't be like, girl, you crazy. I would have never did that. Because you know what? A long time ago, I was saying I would never do that. I was like, I would never get married young. But I'm telling you, when God give you them signs and he put it up in your face, you have to take it and you have to run with it. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. If you guys want more story times, let me know. And just let me know what kind of stuff y'all want. Like, what kind of videos do y'all want? Because, you know, girl don't got nothing but time, and I'm trying to get this content out there for y'all. So tell me what y'all want to see. But yes, you guys, that's all. And I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.